good thing. Sweet, let's go. Let's do this. Awesome. Okay, cool. All right, now we got all the bugs out of the way. We'll get off to we'll jump right into it. So this today marks our 1 week anniversary from our launch date. And I think we can all agree that the past week has been an incredible success. There's been a little bit of ups and downs. It's been a rocky ride, but all in all, we've covered an incredible amounts of ground from where we started in a very short period of time. In the past week, we just broke 1,200 or 12,000 wallets, which is huge. Last night when I wrote this, it was 3,000 or 34,000 transactions. I think our market cap maxed around 20 million. If someone might be able to give me more detail on that, I was asleep when it happened. But it's now stabilized kind of between 6 and 10 million, which is good to see. That's good to see. Those big waves we made in our first little bit drew a lot of attention, and we were really lucky to connect and onboard with some very talented individuals. So I'm Spencer, obviously. Jacob's to my left here, and Jason is kind of one of our other main founders down the corner. To my right, we have Fenton. This is our DevOps guy. Beneath him over this way is Ben. He's kind of like our strategic partner guy. Mircha is our front-end dev, and then down at the very bottom is Tim. He's our designer. So I'll jump right into kind of my own introduction. I know we've done I've done some before, but I'll do a quick kind of recap live. So my background is in sales, team building, and people management. I worked with a door-to-door sales company for about 3 years, and 2 of those years I was managing. So a lot of interviews every single day, a lot of hiring new people, meeting new people, building teams, breaking down teams, firing people, hiring new people again. So that's kind of where my skill set lies primarily. That's what I've been doing over the entire past week, is onboarding all these fine gentlemen and collecting the talent for our company to launch into the future.
Shall we go around and basically just all introduce? Yeah.
Yeah. You can go next if you like.
Hey everybody. A lot of you know me as Dev Jacob. You guys interact with me on a regular basis. My background is in marketing and music. So obviously, and a lot of PR. You guys who know me know that I've been in constant contact with most of you. My skill set lies with people. So that's a little bit about me. On to Jason.
Yep. Hey, this is Jason. You know me as the Dev Penta in the thing, I think. So I am. My major was astronomy, and then most of my parts was studying math, studying physics, all the formulas. So I've been coding a lot since universities by myself and self-taught, and also go to our bootcamp with both Jacob and Spencer. And then that is the way that we started the thing, because we need codings, we need lots of stuff together. That's how we build a good team.
Cool guys, that was my turn. I'm Fenton. I joined the team after it launched. I've come on as a more platform role, but just basically connecting the front end and blockchain. So that's where my skills lie. I studied quantum encryption at uni, so got a knack for encryption. So yeah, looking forward to seeing what we can deliver with SafeGalaxy, guys.
You're right, guys. My name is Ben. I've come on board the team to do a little bit of sort of strategy, a bit of partnerships. My background lies in sort of tech startups and scale-ups, and for the last year or so, I've been working in cybersecurity. So a lot of the exciting stuff that we have on the roadmap to show to you guys down the line is hopefully it's going to be more than secure, and it's going to be a great experience for you all to use and get on board as this project grows.
Hey guys, my name is Mircea. I'm the front-end developer who joined the project like this week. My background is in computer science, and I have 3.5 years experience with web development. I work with all major front-end frameworks, but for this project, I'm going to work with React, which is my favorite. And I'm really excited to see what we can achieve with SafeGalaxy.
Hi guys, my name is Tim. I'm a content creator specialized in design. I've been doing this for quite some time now and have worked with startups, also like bigger brands like Grols, Body Engineers for the ones that know it on Instagram. And you saw the new logo already, joined the team last week. And yeah, we are happy to like give the brand new face, so then we go beyond the moon.
Couldn't have said that better myself, Tim. That's awesome. Great. So what we're going to do here is we've had like some really very common questions come through over the past I don't know, week or so, and we're kind of just going to go through and rattle off some of those before we start. I'm going to give some new kind of like updates or some new exciting news, and then we're going to go into kind of like some questions after that. So first question that's been coming up a lot is what's up with the website? I know it's a little bit tricky right now. We kind of have a web developer. We're working on one. We don't totally like how it's come out. So now we have Tim here. He's going to help us design like a brand new website, something that's like really classy, very fancy. And we're going to have that kind of developed sort of on an ongoing basis. We're looking to have something out maybe by like mid to late next week, because we're going to really build this one from the ground up and make sure that it comes out looking like very spiffy, and there's no problems with it. So yeah. Another big question that we've been getting a lot is what makes you different from other safe tokens? And like the simple answer to this one is team, goals, value, and direction. You know, when you have like a lot of the similar products in the market or similar startups that are all kind of happening right now, what you have to look for is the people behind the token or the people behind the product, right? And you know, in all my years of team building, I can tell you guys very confidently that I have never seen a team of this much talent fall together as quickly as this team has, and that works as well as this team has. So I'm very excited, just from a team management perspective, to see where this goes. Our roadmap, there are a lot of internal discussions happening right now regarding our next moves. As I'm sure you guys can understand, like we just kind of doubled our dev team. We're working on an official roadmap. The last thing that we want to do as a business right now is release an official document that we end up kind of changing or going back on in the next 2 or 3 days or like a week or something like that. Just doesn't look professional, would confuse everyone, and generally not a good idea. On that basis, can you guys know anything right now? Really, like from my perspective, from being kind of like the strategic developments kind of guy and generally in charge of like the overall direction of the company and having some business experience as well. From my experience, business is like a poker game, right? We can't show our cards this early, or we put ourselves at a disadvantage to other projects that might be interested in doing something similar, right? You'd never ever see Apple go to Google and be like, "Hey Google, check out our sweet like designs. Like, yeah, this is our roadmap for the next 6 months. This is when we're releasing our new projects." Like that kind of thing just doesn't happen because it's just not a smart business strategy, right? I know that you want to know everything, and I want to tell you everything because I'm really excited about what we're doing. But ultimately, it is my job to kind of draw the line at what I think is best for us as a company strategically at this time. So yeah, if you guys pay close enough attention though, you might be able to figure out what we're up to. But if you do figure out, or if you have any guesses, like please don't tell anybody, it's a secret. Another big question that people have been having is what is your marketing plan? So we now have a dedicated marketing or dedicated manager or content creator for every one of our major social media platforms, except for YouTube. For YouTube, we have 2 individuals that are kind of our marketing / partnership specialists. They're actively seeking new deals with different content creators on the daily. We are focusing on expanding our reach outside of English-speaking countries. Currently, we are targeting Turkey and the Netherlands due to their high levels of cryptocurrency adoption. We think we'll be able to kind of slide into those markets a little bit more easily. The next kind of major step on that front is to expand the Discord and Telegram to include channels for multiple languages, so we can kind of branch out that way. A couple more quick common questions. When Lambo? Truth be told, when I get Lambo, you get Lambo. Second question, when Moon? No Moon. Galaxy. Galaxy bigger. When CMC? We have heard back from CMC and we are in communication with them. We will keep you guys updated as new info becomes available. Exchange listings, we're working on getting in contact with smaller exchanges because they're kind of easier to onboard with and they cost less. We're looking at Bitmart, Vindex, Whitebit, and xt.com. And of course, we will keep you guys updated with new information as it arises. Finally, comes the exciting news before we start some questions. We are going to announce the shilling contest winner by the end of the AMA. And we can announce that we have our first major influencer partnership with Ronaldo Aarons, who is a soccer player up in the UK.
He plays for Huddersfield Football Club. Previously played for Newcastle, and he's in the Championships League, and we're in talks with some other We'll be shortly in talks with some other influencers.
So really exciting stuff, guys. Like for 1 week of work, like to be fully honest, like, a week ago today, there were 3 guys who said, hey, let's make a cryptocurrency. It sounds like fun, right? And it kind of really exploded. It got away from us, but we managed to like keep it all under wraps, and we expanded it to a team of over like 15 or 16 people so far, which is really exciting.
Just to respond to that question, what's the name of the soccer player again? His name is Rolando Aarons. He should be sending out a tweet shortly.
Yeah, that's kind of really all we have to say on like the official front. That's kind of like our official press release kind of thing here. Is this audio better for you guys? Someone was mentioning that the headphones I were using were kind of quiet. Gotcha. Okay, cool. How long until it blows up and we can see a big spike? I can't really predict that, guys. It would be whenever we start to gain some good traction again. Cool. So that's kind of all for, like I said, all for like our official stuff. We'll kind of open up the floor to some questions now if you guys have. Not specifically for me, but like, I can ask some of the other guys as well.
Question about Whitebit. How is the process in listing on Whitebit coming along? We had our initial conversation with them. They sent us the application, and we're in the midst of sending that back to them. They are working right now to integrate with Binance, with the Binance Smart Chain. So it might take a little bit more time. They said all in probably 3 to 4 weeks before it's live trading on their platform. Meaning that those of you who are still worried about a potential rug pull, if we're listing with Whitebit, you've got 3 to 4 weeks of minimum security before this thing starts being traded on a live platform. We got a question from Kylie Milne89. I've been working my ass off trying to spread the word on Twitter, TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, and took your advice on StockTwits. I gained 57 new investors. What else can I do to help out? Keep doing what you're doing. We really appreciate that. Really, really appreciate it. Tim is Dutch, by the way. Glad to have another Dutchie on the team. Yeah.
Ja, hallo. Welkom Nederlanders. That's Dutch for welcome.
Stock twits has been a question going along around for a long time. We are going to, yeah, we're working on it. As soon as we hang up here, I'm going to go and see what I can do. Spencer, you want to talk about what the influencers are being paid in? I think you're still on mute, bud.
Yeah, we paid our influencers in SafeGalaxy. They're as excited for the project as we are, and they see the value in it, so that's what we decided to go with.
Yeah, it's good news. We just hit 2,500 followers on Twitter. That's exciting. No bots, all organic. How's that?
Yep, we had probably like 2 or maybe 3 people reach out to us over the course of the past week and asked if we wanted to use bots or something like that to boost our numbers. We politely just declined every time. We're not interested in doing anything like that. Like the first thing that came to my mind is like that would be like directly lying to our investors and inflating our numbers. So we're not interested in doing that. We never will be.
There's a good question about not a crypto influencer. Rolando's actually really interested in cryptocurrency. So he's trying to get into it more. He also has a huge network of other football players and other influencers who follow his account. So he's got a great network, and he's our first foot in the door in terms of big name influencers with big reaches. SafeMoon has publicly said Wipeout will only list SafeMoon, no other safe clone out there. Care to comment? That's not what we've heard. They've been willing to speak to us. So that's all that I can comment about right now. The cap is 1,000 trillion, if anybody's curious. What's the effect to holders once during a trillion burn? So just to talk about the tokenomics real quick, our coin is naturally deflationary. So every time we burn coins, we decrease the total circulating supply, which drives up demand. We're working on ads. That's the next step. Thoughts on ads for social media? Yeah, we're going to start plastering Facebook and so on. Rolando is going to tweet and be on Instagram for us. The guy with whom we've been dealing, his influencing manager has a huge network as well, so he's putting us on to other influencers. There's a good question here. Why is SafeGalaxy listing delayed in CoinMarketCap? That's because they get a lot of applications, so it takes a lot of time for them to get through them. Another good question from Kylie Milne. After a year of burning, realistically, what do you predict based on current growth? End of year would be the circulating supply. Can't answer that. I think we did initially say we're going to start phasing out the burning, just so that because we can only basically burn what's in our dev wallet. We can't burn circulating supply, from what I understand. I could be wrong, but I believe that that's the case. Okay, great question from Crypto Games Twitch. How will you separate yourself from SafeMoon and show the public that you're not just another SafeMoon copy? Does this project see itself as a separate entity that could provide actual use in the future? Yes, 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 and yes. We are working, like Spencer said, we've got a lot of projects in the works that we can't talk about as of yet, just because a lot of our competitors are very capable coders. They have big fan bases already, and can mobilize very quickly. So in order to protect ourselves, we can't talk about our future plans. But yes, we're going to be definitely a very separate entity from SafeMoon.
Yeah, we've been in talks already here that like, we recognize that at some point in the future, like it is in our best interest to like migrate away from the safe token bubble. When exactly that happens and what it's going to look like is still kind of up for discussion. We're looking into the best ways to make that happen. But when it does, of course, we'll be like very transparent with you guys and let everyone know what's going on. Yeah, I'm like myself being kind of like the plan maker, the playmaker here. Like I'm a very kind of like innovative type of person who has like tons of ideas. So for me, in my mind, I'm already like thinking of and like working on I think project like 6 right now, steps down the road. And I know that that's like probably 6 months down the line. We have a long way to get there, but it's just to show you guys that I am thinking about it and like we do have kind of like a path. We're just sort of like, or a goal at least, and now we're kind of figuring out what's the best path to reach all these goals and get to where we want to be.
I can verify that Spencer is constantly thinking, in my humble opinion, too many steps ahead. I'm a little bit more of, I'm kind of in the operations role, so we need, but yes, I can totally verify. We're going far, and we're not just thinking in 2-week chunks, that's for sure. When will the influencer start to endorse us? Today. He should be sending out his first tweets about us very soon. We just have one more thing to finalize, and then he should start tweeting for us. Question from, that's actually a good question. Once we are listed on some of the decent exchanges, are we still going to implement the tokenomics? The tokenomics technically only exist in a decentralized manner. How centralized exchanges function, they basically kind of hold the cryptocurrency in a cold wallet, similar to like a bank holding money in a vault. And then they credit their users with various amounts of cryptocurrency on the front end, and only do they give the currency back to the users when the users take their money off of the exchange and onto the blockchain. So the tokenomics don't really apply on centralized exchanges. They just apply when moving money on and off the blockchain. Sure. Anybody else want to answer these questions?
There is, I'm not sure if you already answered this. I saw on your website you didn't have FAQ. Currently, I'm working on the website, and there is a FAQ in it. So we're thank you for mentioning it. But all the new website will all have like new elements to have like the best info possible.
I would also like to share the love back to Duriel22. Much appreciated.
Seen a lot of different questions here about like NFTs and phone applications and that kind of idea. We do have like, there are NFT plans are on the roadmap. I'll tell you that much. Phone application, we haven't really gotten to that yet. It's definitely something that we could maybe add or bridge out into. Right now, we're looking on creating a more stable platform that we can build off of for long-term growth. There, that's what I'll tell you that much about what we're doing.
I like the idea of that one saying merch, please. Can we get some merch? That'd be a good idea.
We actually did. We were contacted by a merch creator, like a merchant, I guess. And yeah, that hasn't necessarily been on the front burner of things to do, but it's totally a possibility.
Another question here, what's your advantage against SafeMoon? So in my opinion, like I've been following both of our projects very closely, and I see both projects and both teams as being two very separate things that are moving in very different directions, right? We aren't just focused on one thing, and that's why we've expanded our team so much. Is planning to bring different applications to the blockchain, to the market, and working with multiple variations of things moving forward, right? So is there an advantage with one over the other? Hard to say. We're two different vehicles moving in two different directions, doing two different things.
There's a repeating question here. The chart is showing a very stable triangle pattern. When do we expect a next leg up? What will you guys do to support this? This is exactly why we're looking to expand. I've said on a few AMAs already on Discord and Telegram that our marketing plan right now, or basically what's been going on, is that we've had all the early adopters come in, and they've adopted our coin, they've bought it, there's been a big gold rush. And then if you compare our trend line to SafeMoon, there was a big period of like a super cool off until it went mainstream. Currently, what we're doing to fix that is to bring influencers on board, expand outside the English speaking world, and allow adoption to take place organically. And then hopefully our charts should start to reflect a higher trading, a higher volume of our traded asset.
The way I worded it to Jacob the other day was we're currently in the calm between two storms, right? We had a big storm in the first couple of days. We've sort of leveled off. We've built a very, very strong, stable support at around 65, whatever, price of 65. And, you know, as we're working with our dev team to come up with new stuff, new branding, all this really interesting new influencer attention and YouTube videos, I can only expect things to ramp up here in the next couple of weeks.
Question from Kylie. You mentioned tokenomics wouldn't carry over to CX exchanges. SafeMoon recently said they are taking the tokenomics to the centralized exchanges. Can you confirm why they can? I cannot. From my understanding, it doesn't really, it might not work like that, but they might be integrating in some way that they can achieve this.
Is there any contact with Walsh Wealth Group? Not currently, but I would be interested in reaching out to them. Yeah, they seem like a great team. I've been following them for a while now.
Question from Beskio. Will there be more detailed roadmap soon? Yes.
There's a question from Jaya Wins. How's the work been for the DevOps guy? Yeah, we've set up a CI environment in there for the front end, and yeah, it's looking good so far. When it comes to obviously setting up a CI/CD environment for smart contracts, it's there. Like, so you can't really constantly be deploying on the same contract. So it's a different kettle of fish, but we definitely got something going.
Can we get a chart graph price bot in the Telegram? Yeah, we could look into getting a price bot in the Telegram. I'll do that for you.
My family's German. There's a question. He looks German. My family. I am a German citizen. So.
Do you guys expect to make a solid plan soon that'll be convincing to influencers and new investors to jump in? Yeah, absolutely. Like we have a solid plan in the works. We're discussing kind of internally what the best approach is and how exactly we're going to implement it and launch it in the smoothest and kind of most like successful fashion. But there is a roadmap. The reason we haven't released it yet is because we don't want to come out with an official document that we then have to kind of renege or go back on. There's still a lot of, like I said, discussion going on about how exactly we're going to go about it.
In terms of redirecting the domain, that's been a question that's come up frequently. We can work on getting that done today.
It's all on our list.
There was a question from Wobby123. When you guys getting a new website? Pretty soon, actually. We are working on the new website, and we are hoping to deliver it to you guys as soon as possible.
Question that we get like over and over and over again is regarding Trust Wallet. We're not going to be on Trust Wallet until we're officially listed with CoinMarketCap or CoinGecko. And in terms of us passing Dogecoin, again, we can't predict the future. All we can say is we've got an amazing team here working really hard, and we'll do our best to take this thing to infinity and beyond.
Yeah, we're not traders. Like we don't. I'm not here to predict how the market moves and why it moves the way it does. That's why we became builders and built something instead.
The White Queso gave us an awesome tidbit. If we get to Dogecoin levels, I'll buy every one of these devs a Lambo. I'm going to hold that to you. I'm going to hold you to that.
Any other hits on influencers? Yeah, now that we've brokered this first deal with Rolando, we can kind of spread out from there. Like they obviously have a network as well. We can kind of move from one to the next and bring more people on board as we grow. Any thoughts on adding someone to the team to manage the financials? Very good call, very good plan. We're looking into that. Like I said, I'm kind of managing it right now. And as we get a little more organized in the next couple of weeks, we're gonna definitely dive into that.
There was a good question from Basque. Besides Whitebit, what other exchanges are being contacted? I see you like others at SafeMoon. Okay. What came to our attention first, we have a meeting with Bitmart tomorrow. We are in contact with Vindax, and Aircoins is now on our radar, and so is, there was one more. I'll tell you 1 second. And BitFi as well. There are a few questions that I think it'd be good to get to. Do you support the viral TikTok videos that have just come up? Absolutely. TikTok is an amazing resource for getting our message to people. So if you are content creators on TikTok and you shill, that benefits everybody. Okay, where and when did we meet each other? Another question that's been coming up a lot. Jason Spencer and I just finished a coding bootcamp in fintech and blockchain through the University of Toronto. We worked together on an arbitrage bot initially, and we worked really well together. So the three of us kind of formed a band. We formed our investment partnership called Kryptonite Technologies, and we're still working together. Spencer, if you want to talk about how the other guys came on board, please do.
Yeah, absolutely. You know, I think our reach like extended very quickly in the first couple of days. We made some really big waves. We were lucky enough to kind of just have people filter in. You know, like we didn't necessarily kind of go out and like search for anyone. People just kind of showed up and said, "Hey, like I have these skills. I can do this." And I'm like, "Hey, well, you know, I'm looking for someone to do that. What do you know?" And we just hopped on some quick Zoom calls and like, you know, really quickly formed a relationship. And I can tell like, hey, we can trust these guys. They're good people. They're talented, clearly. We'll bring them on board because like, we need to onboard very quickly. We recognize that this project was growing outside of our hands rapidly. You know, it's not something that Jacob and I could kind of hold down the fort with just the two of us and focus on expansion. So we brought people on really quickly. You know, other young guys interested in cryptocurrency with tech backgrounds who could help us build into new stuff. And, you know, we're going from here. It's really exciting. I've seen this question come up here a lot but from Master Lou. Is there a limit for the burning? I can't specify a specific limit for the burning right now. It will start to wind down as things move forward, but you know, there are good times for a burn and there are bad times for a burn. Sometimes it really helps. Sometimes it does almost nothing. And you have to consider that for every like amount of token we burn, that's less money we have in the dev wallet to spend on things like influencers and marketing and hiring new people. So it's a double-edged sword, burning is, when it comes to what's our best kind of strategic play with how to use this money.
Another question that's been coming up frequently is transferring platform. What does that mean for you guys? What would you do then? That means you can bring your SafeGalaxy. So currently on PancakeSwap, there's only one trading pair, BNB and SafeGalaxy. If we were to start partnering with some of these other exchanges, you'd have more trading pairs, trading frequency would go up, and so on. So it would really benefit the project. And are we going to become a legal entity? Yes. We're working on incorporation right now.
Incorporation, you know, is a legal process, and like all legal processes, they're complicated and confusing, and generally like can sometimes make things a little bit more difficult, especially in the early days of like a startup. We have, again, only been around for a week, and if we jump right into getting incorporated, there's just a lot of stuff that has to change, and it reduces our ability to maneuver as quickly and as fluidly because then there's obviously certain channels we have to work through. We are an international team. We have like kind of people spread all across Canada here. I'm on the very west coast of Canada by Vancouver, specifically Vancouver Island, if you want to go and give it a Google. Jacob and Jason are in the Toronto area. Fenton and Ben are in London. Tim is in the Netherlands, and Mircea is in Romania. Yeah, Calgary boy here. Yee, hell yeah, man. I spent a summer. I lived in Calgary for about 6 months in 2018. Beautiful city, very much loved it. It hailed snowballs in July. That was very confusing for me. I was kind of, yeah.
There was a question that's coming through frequently about creating a marketing pitch for everybody. Yeah, that'd be a great idea, honestly. We can work on something like that. So yeah, we'll get on it.
Okay, so this is more like this is not answer a question, but more like tell you something about the branding. As you saw, we just launched our new logo. Great response, even in the community of Discord and also on Twitter. So thank you for that. We keep working every day for new brands. As you can see, the Twitter just got a major upgrade. And we keep working on the other platforms that we're about to launch. Also, like the website, we just told that we're working on a new website. So yeah, actually, the only thing I can say as the new designer of the team, a lot of big things, a lot of different things are moving really fast. So yeah, keep an eye on all the things that are coming. So actually, only cool stuff. And also like the team works really well. I haven't seen that in quite some time, that it's just actually it's a bunch of guys, and everybody is like really good in his skills. So that works really well. So yeah, that's actually what I have to say as from a designer perspective of SafeGalaxy.
Good news, Rolando just tweeted for us, so we're getting this partnership started.
Ooh. Go check that out. Like and retweet.
Yeah, give this guy some love.
As an international team, are you guys planning to meet up to work on a solid project? There isn't really any reason to do that. You know, like we have been working and we can continue to work very effectively over the internet. Like, since we're all tech guys, like if we were to meet up in person, we would literally just all end up sitting in one room in our laptops anyways. So like, wouldn't really be any different. Would be interested in meeting up for a couple pints sometime in the future though, maybe in a couple of years since everything's blown over.
I can speak personally. Spencer, there's a question that's kind of been coming up. There's a couple questions that have been coming up consistently. Are we doing this full time? Spencer, Jason, and I are basically doing this full time. Our other developers are working other jobs simultaneously. And the other question is, are we hiring an anti-money laundering developer? I don't think so, not currently. But yeah, just to answer that.
Really good question here. Guys, who is Herquels and Jockey? And do we have them in this video? We do not have them in this video. Both of those gents are part of our social media management team. So here you can see kind of like the 7 core development team. And we also have about 8 administrative and social media managers who are kind of handling that stuff. Why do I get the chief office? Because my computer is not fancy enough to run these cool backgrounds. And it takes time. Yeah, it takes time to move into fancy offices.
Please make as many TikTok videos as possible. Thank you.
Absolutely, you're welcome to do that. All right, guys, we are rolling up on the 1 hour mark here. I'm sure you understand we are all very, very busy, have lots on the plate. Do you have any final questions before we sign off here?
We can talk about, sorry, there was one last question. We can talk about music and crypto. Just DM me on Discord.
Yeah, Jacob has been talking my ear off about music crypto ideas since probably like February. So.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yes, that is definitely fact check true. We need to announce the winner. And okay, audit people, I've messaged you back in the group. The audit is happening. Thank you for your patience. It takes time to audit a smart contract. There's like 2,000 lines of code in there. So yeah, just be patient. Thank you. In terms of the winner, this winner has, there have been a ton of people who have worked really, really, really hard on this. Thank you so much for everybody who's participated. I know there's kind of only one winner, and that winner happens to be a little bit of a drama.
Oh, you can't make $100,000.
Yep. If you might have just heard that, I believe he goes by the White Queso online. You've made our first viral TikTok. You've had what, close to 300, almost 400,000 views on your post. We really, really, really appreciate it. You killed it. Thank you very much. DM me your address and we'll source you out, man. All right.
Yeah, I think that's a great time to sign off. It was really, really awesome speaking with you guys all today. It was exciting to be able to share kind of what we have in development and like how our team has grown and where we're going from here. If you guys want to jump over to our Discord, the dev team is always on there. This is the best place to reach out to us so we can kind of talk to you guys more directly. And we look forward to speaking to you guys again in the future.
Bye, everybody.
Peace out.